immune,
免疫の影響を受けない。
immune. People who get vaccinated become immune to certain diseases. People who get vaccinated become immune to certain diseases. Priority,
優先、重要性。
priority. Safety is our top priority in this project. Safety is our top priority in this project. Breakout,
脱出、急激な増加。
breakout. The breakout of the disease caused panic in the town. The breakout of the disease caused panic in the town. Infect,
感染させる、病気にする。
infect. The virus can infect people through close contact. The virus can infect people through close contact. Downfall,
衰退、転落。
downfall. The scandal led to the downfall of the politician. The scandal led to the downfall of the politician. Acknowledge,
認める、受け入れる。
acknowledge. She refused to acknowledge her mistakes. She refused to acknowledge her mistakes. Extravagant,
贅沢な、浪費する。
extravagant. He bought an extravagant gift for his friend. He bought an extravagant gift for his friend. Loiter,
ブラブラする、たむろする。
loiter. Teenagers often loiter near the shopping mall. Teenagers often loiter near the shopping mall. Irritate,
イライラさせる、刺激する。
irritate. Loud noises irritate me when I'm working. Loud noises irritate me when I'm working. Ignition,
点火、発火。
ignition. Car wouldn't start because the ignition was broken. Car wouldn't start because the ignition was broken. Admittedly,
認められて、あえて言えば。
admittedly. Admittedly, it was a mistake to trust him. Admittedly, it was a mistake to trust him. Harass,
嫌がらせる、悩ませる。
harass. He was warned not to harass his coworkers. He was warned not to harass his coworkers. Opportune,
適切な、好都合な。
opportune. The meeting took place at an opportune time. The meeting took place at an opportune time. Compliance.
従うこと、遵守。
Compliance. Compliance with the rules is essential for success. Compliance with the rules is essential for success. Dispatch.
派遣する、発送する。
Dispatch. The goods were dispatched to the customer yesterday. The goods were dispatched to the customer yesterday. Impersonate.
なりすます、偽装する。
Impersonate. It's illegal to impersonate a police officer. It's illegal to impersonate a police officer. Grim.
厳しい、暗い。
Grim. The situation became grim after the storm hit. The situation became grim after the storm hit. Hypertension.
高血圧、血圧上昇。
Hypertension. Hypertension is a common health issue among adults. Hypertension is a common health issue among adults. Sensitive.
敏感な、気になる。
Sensitive. He is sensitive to criticism and gets upset easily. He is sensitive to criticism and gets upset easily. Analogy.
類似比喩。
Analogy. The teacher used an analogy to explain the concept. The teacher used an analogy to explain the concept. Intense.
激しい、強烈な。
Intense. The competition was intense, with everyone doing their best. The competition was intense, with everyone doing their best. Intermittent.
断続的な、不規則な。
Intermittent. The rain was intermittent throughout the day. The rain was intermittent throughout the day. Fertility.
生産性、肥沃。
Fertility. The fertility of the soil determines crop yields. The fertility of the soil determines crop yields. Weary.
疲労した。
Weary. She felt weary after a long day of work. She felt weary after a long day of work. Offensive.
不快な、攻撃的な。
Offensive. His comments were offensive to many people. His comments were offensive to many people. Designate.
指名する、指定する。
Designate. The committee will designate a new leader next week. The committee will designate a new leader next week. Envision.
想像する、思い描く。
Envision. She envisions herself as a successful entrepreneur. She envisions herself as a successful entrepreneur. Keen.
鋭い、熱心な。
Keen. He has a keen interest in ancient history. He has a keen interest in ancient history. Beam.
光線、ビーム。
Beam. A beam of light shone through the window. A beam of light shone through the window. Ration.
割り当てる、配給する。
Ration. Each soldier was given a ration of food for the day. Each soldier was given a ration of food for the day. Sincerity.
誠実、真心。
Sincerity. His sincerity in apologizing won everyone's trust. His sincerity in apologizing won everyone's trust. Inheritance.
遺産、相続。
Inheritance. She received a large inheritance from her grandmother. She received a large inheritance from her grandmother. Subtract.
引く、減算する。
Subtract. If you subtract 10 from 50, you get 40. If you subtract 10 from 50, you get 40. Smuggle.
密輸する、不正に持ち出す。
Smuggle. The police caught him trying to smuggle drugs. The police caught him trying to smuggle drugs. Mourning.
も、悲しみ。
Mourning. The family is in mourning after their loss. The family is in mourning after their loss. Stoop.
かがむ、前かがみになる。
Stoop. He had to stoop to enter the small doorway. He had to stoop to enter the small doorway. Unveil.
明らかにする、暴露する。
Unveil. The company plans to unveil its new product next month. The company plans to unveil its new product next month. combat,
戦う、戦闘。
combat. The government is taking measures to combat corruption. The government is taking measures to combat corruption. Equivocal,
両義的な、曖昧な。
equivocal. His answer was equivocal and didn't clarify the situation. His answer was equivocal and didn't clarify the situation. Embrace,
抱きしめる、受け入れる。
embrace. She embraced her friend tightly. She embraced her friend tightly. Substitute,
代わりに使う、代替する。
substitute. The teacher substituted sugar with salt as part of the experiment. The teacher substituted sugar with salt as part of the experiment. Apprentice,
見習い、修行者。
apprentice. The apprentice worked hard to learn carpentry. The apprentice worked hard to learn carpentry. Leftover,
残り物、余り。
leftover. There were a few leftovers from yesterday's dinner. There were a few leftovers from yesterday's dinner. Administration,
行政、管理。
administration. The administration announced new policies to support education. The administration announced new policies to support education. Complaint,
苦情、訴え。
complaint. The customer filed a complaint about the delayed delivery. The customer filed a complaint about the delayed delivery. Decrepit,
老朽化した、廃れた。
decrepit. The decrepit building was finally demolished. The decrepit building was finally demolished. Endorse,
支持する、賛成する。
endorse. Many people endorsed the charity's campaign. Many people endorsed the charity's campaign. Vivid,
鮮やかな、生き生きとした。
vivid. The painting was vivid and full of life. The painting was vivid and full of life. Hapless,
不幸な、運の悪い。
hapless. The hapless traveler lost his passport and wallet. The hapless traveler lost his passport and wallet. Slant,
傾き、斜面。
Slant. The house was built on a slant, making the floors uneven. The house was built on a slant, making the floors uneven.